Alright, so I'm ready to begin marking my lights. What I'm going to do is drive some of these drywall nails upward through the ceiling so that I can see where the lights will fall relative to all the joists and stuff. Just to see what kind of fixtures I need, whether I need these kinds or whether I can nail them directly to the joist, etc. So I'm going to do that for all the lights, and the way I'm going to do that is I just have my tablet here and my model's on there with all the measurements to center line. I don't know if that you can see that very well, but basically I have everything marked out where it goes, where the center point is of every single light, and that's where I'm gonna mark these, or where I'm gonna nail these nails up into. Okay, so I've hammered the screws in everywhere where my dimensions show. Now I can already see a few problems here because I didn't take into account the rails and then also the crawl space entrance. I need to redesign a couple of them just to you know, work around some of the geometry in my garage. And then I'll remark them and then verify with the light. Okay, I made the changes in the model and I marked them again with the nails. Now I'm going to go up and look at them and kind of see where they lay in comparison to the joists. But just real quick, I wanted to talk about why I chose the layout I did. The most obvious solution for lighting in this garage would be just to lay them lengthwise along the tracks of both garage doors, right? You'd have 1, 2, 3, something like that. But I'm pointing right at it. That's a big problem. The attic space screws up that design. So does this. And then so does the garage door opener. So that doesn't really work. I tried a bunch of different designs, but there's always some kind of obstruction in the way, and I just have to work around it. So while my solution may not be the best, it's in this weirdly shaped garage, it's really the best I could do. Okay, we're going to be drilling our first hole here. This is the one that I didn't show. This was on the other side of the wood beam, but I also marked this one. I didn't put a nail up there because it's not necessary. But I have this device here made to drill circular holes in drywall, specifically above the ceiling. It's got this nifty little guard that comes with it, and it's 2 blades. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot and see how well it works. Now, the tricky part is that there are wires running over the ceiling, so I need to be careful to not get those. And there we go. That's how easy that is. So, once again, because my holes fall within, like in between my joists, I need a bar to span them, and I'm going to attach my ceiling box to my bar. This is the normal thing. It's very rare that your hole actually coincides closely with your joist because obviously they're very thin. So the first thing I'm going to do is just break out this hole in the back. There we go. Okay. So the way these work, you have a bar here. The box is going to go onto my bar here, like so, and I'm going to attach this threaded part, whoops, through here like that. Tighten it up just a little bit so it doesn't keep falling off. There we go, just like that. that's how it's gonna go. This is a 1.5 inch box, and this is 1/2 inch drywall in the ceiling. So what I'm going to do is place my box over here like this. And as you can see on my bar, they have these self-aligning tabs here for, you basically slide these underneath the 2x4. And on this side, I actually cut this off because as you can see on the side here, this drywall is a little bit higher than this because this is the outside wall. So it's a little bit uneven. So I had to grind this off, and I'm just going to position it manually. And I'll show you how that's done. So go ahead and put your box inside your hole like this, and center it. I'm going to slide my tab underneath my hole like so, and then I'm just going to extend my bar the rest of the way on this side. Now this side I need to align manually because, like I said, the surface is uneven for this one. Basically, you don't want to have your box sticking out underneath the drywall. You want it as even as possible. So my bar's aligned right now. Now I'm going to hammer these tabs in. I have some number 6 screws here that I'm going to put in the top. Okay, so this side is secure. Now what I need to do is put my box into position and hammer the other side into place. The key thing here is to align the box this direction before you start hammering the side in. If it's diagonal or something like that, you're going to be in trouble. Or you're going to have to remove it and start over again. So you need to align it this way first before you start hammering stuff in. Now, time to tighten the screw on the box here. You want to orient your tabs here where your wire is going to come in the direction that they're going to come. So mine is going to go probably come from about here on this edge. So I'm going to screw it in like this. And there we go. That box is tight and ready to be used. Now, I'll show the wiring a little bit later, but basically I'm just going to go around and install all these boxes in a similar manner here. That's all there is to it, really. So this is one of the holes that's a little bit different than the rest of them because I can't use one of those bars to span between these two joists here. What I have to do is just attach it to the side here, like so. This one's a little bit different. You can see it has a pre-installed side brace here that I'm going to hammer into this joist here. And I found that these points here and this little sharp tack here fits in between these slats here. So we should be able to use this as is without too much issue. You can see I had to enlarge the hole a little bit more than 4 inches to fit it in, but basically it's going to go just like that. Okay, so we have all the ceiling boxes installed, besides one. All of these are spanned by those ceiling bars that span between the joists. All of them besides this one right here, which I hammered into the side of the joist like I showed earlier. Now the only other one that doesn't have the ceiling box installed is this one here. And I have the bar installed. This is just one of those like ceiling fan mounting bars. You just twist it and it expands basically, and it has little teeth that attach to the joist like this. See that? I had to lay this one flat so that it would make good contact with the joist because it's on its side. But this one doesn't have the ceiling box installed yet because I need to run the wires first, and then I'll do it. So the point we're at now is to drop all the wires. Now, like I said, I'm going to install 2 switches. One of them is going to power the front side of the garage, and the other is going to do the back side. I could have alternatively done this left and right, but that doesn't really work well with the lights that run down the center. Plus, if I'm at my workbench or something like that, the front to back orientation works a little bit better for working there because I want illumination all around.